Chiamo eneso me da nyame asese mo hwe me ewo UTV emra no sesen so me din de ekua asanteba mensa ene ye nkomo twetwe no eye afa bibia ye frɛ no wo profokase me beka say aiding and abetting chese em say wone obi a wa ye bone no ebe ada se mo be baako ana se obe boa no ana se bia wone nipa no be hyehye na mo twa sa bone no eno ho enkomo ena ene ye ba be twetwe ye nkwaje nkrato ye ba na edi dwumedie no atoa so ye nkomra we fidie no daso eda hat send am kai na ye mra no sesen e wo UTV so ena wo hwe ene me lawyer Edwin Kusi Apia a oye managing partner of Kusi Apia and Associates ena eye adwuma lawyer we were being papa ene wa betina me studio ha one me ba be twetwe enkomo afa ni ameka say abrofo ekano aiding and abetting em say no so me ko hwe chief professor bi no chem ni
She need mini aba ya asemo because ya wo ya ne ya me aka brofo sa fe de
ye ka ya kom kasa na ya anyway lawyer ye ka say bibi e the aiding ana say to abet somebody in crime asie echesing
me da say na me da wa hwe mo hwefo nyina so ase pachowa see ye ka say aiding and abetting a lawyer for the yana ya pebrofo so ntino yenya bope ana ngrofo lawyer for but see ka aiding and abetting na interest ya ne okan no emmoa se wo boa obi na odi boni bia you have aided and abetted that person but emra wo kwan a o kire se ne emmoa ne tie nti no minim say yakoi ye beka ho asem emmoa no obekire say ebi wo ho a na o hye obi kutupa ebi wo ho a o prevent obi ana wa ma ho kwan ama ebi a obi a obe stop bonne from happening ebi a na wudi usika ana ma say nipa ne nkoye ebi a na obo nipa ne kra pa ni nyina no ya boa no na edi akɔhye aiding and abetting
na wo kan ye wo se ne amra ne hwedi na pesa wo fa ye mfifa ni nyina mu na kyese ye ntumi enti ase yi
amra na to no boka se obi a wa abeti obi no odi kan ka se uboa nipa no directly and indirectly na kyese ebia samre na nipa na susu sa okoye bone no na wo ne na wo ho na wo ma ne moa bi ana wo kire ne moa bi a ode bekọ akoye ana se bia kra na woni ho na mom bibia wo ye na share ne nkran ma me ma example ti say Rwanda ansa na genocide ni kosi ye no obi na kotena radio so na o say sa nipa we mo omo nya papa ye we say obi afa ne sekan na okoku no sa nipa na o share enkrofo o nkran so omonkoye sa de no o abeti bone a ewi ekire no nipa ni kodiye dina nipa kum na course no enye ono no fa sekan ne de nanso ne kasa ne nkran share ne eyi ode mom na na mom ko eno so no wanya ne directly not radio so baby ena o kasa ebia wan sheda nkasa nkire papa we ana papa we ba ka kire obi a enti no emrani di kan ka say directly say me no ti hey me kire so ko yese ana indirectly ansa na obeto no bo no ma wes no baako emze wosi ya fa no wa ha o si instigate enti cha wa hye nipa no say saboni we I was say nka utimi di ankaye wa ho ana say command wa hye no pa say me sure say kona kwaye sa de we ana say councils utunefo say me ya lawyer and you know be about me office me say say utimi born ani so kra me tunefo and say nipa ni free me office na ko bo bia suma I have abetted that bonina nipa ni ko di ye no ana say procures kire say ade na nyoma nko de di bone no wo na abo ano ma ode ko di bone nti obi kwa bo okoya am robbery say chale minya me am robbery ba mi tio mi ni aboba so me wa aboba wutu na ede say sa tio we so me wa ho aboba beje you have procured at the corner what they call bonne no well and also solicits the same thing ebia solicit no more like what information the amano until let's say nipa nse okobokro no wa ha wo di kan akotena bank let's say bank akotena sa bank ni there at times high free high
busy
until we decide information na come nipa no ko bokro no na oni ho but you solicited the information to make it happen. Oh, no say nyoma we mu nyina wo di boma encourage facilitate aid ni ade say be say sa papa we me bona ma na wu na bi ote office bi mo na wo di mrika ko na me bie do na ma na otimi ewure mu ntem. I have aided that.
Wow.
Yes. Because I made it easier for you to get. Maybe I don't have papa in the office or no, and I went to me and know, but me be a door the mouth. My manner is possible. And you know that I can say you have abetted a crime. Not just say, son, and that's a prevention. Say, Bia, nipa me no ko, obijina nchen, or person stop it in Tokano. Now, what's so san nipa na, or cost stop in Tokano, no. Na chese wo pese mienu ne ko enti so mo ko no se ba ko twisikan na de wo ba ko na ye chi mu nyina ye chi we ni ye de ne ko for murder and I say for killing someone you have abetted that crime.
Oh, say bia na me pese bia nipa na o kwakọ ye stop ne bia onu so beji blues ni.
Eno wo say wo to be defend wo ho ka say sa na wo ye dia. But say I'm really believe say wo no wo because Emra my sister the important omra ye share near we dream pa wo de wo and adwen no de bia ye manage to know that adwen no by and your ma wo kan ni nsema wo kan ntia bia omoti wo no na ompeso omoko no na wo gige ho oh munku na we wedi nsem hu ache bonani so na ewie kire na omoko no wo obi ba be pata waso mu sa wo kase na nka wo mpese we ni be prayer be yedin say ye beji wedi ye beji edi say na wo percent kwa ne koso so
mama san bisawo epia em say mrenu ye say obibi after the fact ni before the fact no so betimi acheche mu a because epia na mrenu kwa na mede e bia abo no ma o de ahye wotuo no ebia na minim sa de kwa o de kwa akoye ni ebi nso so a ye fa se bone no wa ye ewie wo ye wie ye ansa na me hu but ye fa se bia na se be me ba ne ho ana me nua ne ho instinctively no me pese me do be sie na ebia ni pe nti obetimi a chechire mu sa before the fact ni after the fact no so and also ehun sunsan
me da se pa ye ka say abetment of every crime and na say crime no bone no unim hu insusuye kakra utiase kakra unim ne na ebe koso ena eno ho no ode ehon mo abai enti se na unim se boni we na ekoso se bia me baaye me se o me sister me was at you we o ba ma hwehwa me nya ehon aboba ena ode aboba ne ma me eno de unim se boni bi na me de koye enti yem fortel
okay but yem fa na say me ba me twa no but yem fa na say bia we ka chem say sebe wo pese okohunehuna nipa no keke eno no ne me kan nti wo pe e bia se ne se e de akwa akohunehuna nipa no me de sa ne ma na mawo e na de ba wo ko ye hunehuna ne mu no e na nipa ne wu mi ta emre na wo ka chem no na mi nim se wo kwa akohu nipa no me ne wo ka chem se wo kwa akohunehuna nipa no so wo ko ye no nipa ne wu eno no
ma ya ka say abetment there de bia ho say na tie ma menya no even more graphic e bia me no ebo pose ye be kwa kohwenhwan nipa na de abone kro no but ye nkuno na wo ko ye na wo hwenhwan nipa no wa ono kun ye no wa twi sikan kuno I will be guilty of abetting you in the crime of chronona and yekobono, but not
the murder.
In the murder.
Okay.
Because that was a no pony a boy.
A boy. Okay. But you to make kase sebio. Some details so I say kutaw. I am say krono ne debo. It's also so to a we beka say to the to a I mean ehun so ane ewuo ene deba. Enti fine ye kwa kobọ krono. Nanso so ye ntumi nka say the fact say we say the risk factors are sebe e ka e bia se kan twen ho ana say etuo ton ho eye wuo. Ye betumi am we didi wutirim ewo meda ne ho. Ye tumi bo e bia second degree meda na say bibisa.
E betumi ye ka abetment a ye hwe bibi emranika say even crass wunnim say na besi but at the corona na mokoye no the natural consequence of it no ebetimi ewie say ya ye the bebo enti ma example me no me anu asusu ho say yenko wie obi de tie bia papa na kokon de wo say ene yetimi fa so but me catch you say okay wo kwa ni dan ebia dan we obebie ato nti wurema no afa akokọ no ba ukọ na papa ne wo ho na uka chance me ye adwuma of veterinary shop wakoko problem fa ne ma me na me wo ne pane nti wogi akokọ na odane ne ho na pam wodi ni dwane police for chiwa omo beka say false pretenses because who pretend is we you know be performing service bi na menya agidie na mde makoko ma nti directly no enya stealing per se so but me no susu ho no ye ka say go and steal nti mrane say the natural consequence of the near person ye bia and say akoko ne de by all means oko and even though enya stealing by false pretenses no you will be abetting the false pretenses.
Wow. Wow. And see, say one my elements nibi. Yen hwe say in a situation where sometimes say bia the substantive criminal na ye ka say nipa na ono akoye krono no. E bia na ono so enyo na adwen so ye krono yi. But mama ya no more graphic. Mama for example, you must say, ebi a me no wo yete ba bi. E na che say ye yi na ebi a me de edro bi ya to wonsem. Minim say edro na me de to wonsem. Na be ma wa behave in a certain way. Na se be wo akoye sa crime no. In this case no, wo na wakoye de. But nanka wo na ye substantive person no. Nanka enye wa adwene mu say senka wa nom say edro na aka wo ndi sa abone no. Nipa na oye sa no no still your friend so either and abeta na say in this case no na be nipa kro na wa bo crime no say
nipa na manti example na si yie mum but
me sai fa ni bi
sai fa bi na menhwe
me pese me hu in an instance where who say me fa nyansa kakra fi ni awo kan ye ni mu na che say e wo say obi kobo kro no na obi bua no iti nipa no obua no ono oye either and abeta.
One thing me fa we nka one thing de bia ye de beka say we are better ne say enya wo na we ye bone no nti eno de it's always there bone na nkasa ye ka no enya wo nkasa na we ye na mum obuaye nti no de bia for there to be an better no there has to be somebody who actually committed the crime or tried to commit the crime but anye ye well, and Emrano there, on fan who too much whether say we are successful and now one is successful.
So before I even go to my question, must there always as an abet charge will be as aiding and abetting, must there always be a substantive person or why you're born?
Yes, all the time. Because at every time you are abetting somebody who will be amana yes abon.
In some me question is when I me bisa say fane se wo ti hwe na bia se me de bibi ato wonsem senka wankasa sa de no wanom a enka ma wo nye sa abone no.
Oh, okay.
But esane ne a me de ato wonsa ne mu nti ama wakodi bone bi.
Okay.
In that instance no wo are you still the substantive and I say me na me substantive?
Me na me substantive person but wo na wa bet because bone no
it's no ye charge how na be so akese.
Yeah, to me, and it is very good. There are instances are better, no? A bit me more than substantive person. But me another example.
Okay.
Say, meti hey, na minye bia epia, na wabome sutro. Obome sutra na metusha no so me bobono. Na wunim nipa kro no. Wo so waba be so bi na wo boa me abon. Ya bobo na nipa ni wuye. Now your court I can make me a catch a court and say, oh, yes, provocation, or be bombing, and I may do who I won't tell you before I didn't know. Now, where? Wouldn't no. Maybe I'll be saying now, but there was no provocation, nothing on your part.
No provocation is a ubuminia, and I'll bomb it back.
But that self, you bet to me, a possible say the court will believe and grant me the defense of provocation so that nipa na we will know charge me for manslaughter, but you charge you for murder. And happen to be at say in some instance
fine instance how dey amami ya but if nipa na ye bono no or ye menua na say or ye meba na ma ba to say ye bona and indirectly say no so provoke me
who betimi make that excuse so tie ye na call jituma but ma bigger excuse omo hu mob action na say bia we say we konfo na ye bono na ufiri baby unim nipa kro na be ground area ho unim na wa fa bo kese bi dey akopim ni tim no akunu se ko wie chire na ekoye se nipa no oye conform poa anasa onye conform no nam ni baby na edi esusu na ebia nipa ebia sade no na mpampa obi wo ha ye wia no ebia obetimi make argument ne say there was any of famadi entina me yes ano but wa una mu baby na wo kona wo beboa mi ekun no wo di ani afa
oh so ye if anything public vigilante
enti no enti hono wo punishment mi ya bigger chain nipa na of course or the bonena akasaba enti
ma wo guso awo kasa no e say we introduce some words bi e say me twetwa ma me hwe wo ka accessory to a crime any accomplice so den no na your friend is saying me person menti say differences ben and a war aiding abetting accessory and as accomplice no
make I say me trust here no me ma direct link say abetment of a crime no say obi a che say waboa obi amana ayesa abone no and me di kan ma examples and me show how emrano describe the person the why no that abetment and how it is described in law and me di kan say what words be to say command say instigate counsel near yina ninyina no ye fa ne say instances of abetment well and so far abetment keka enye to say oh you can say oh oboa no ma commit crime na enye just say wa boa no but ebia ono share ni kutupan ebi kra to say me obi ne yire wo ho na o person odi ne yire bone no akwa high obi ama nipa no aba be commit that crime no nipa no enye ono no ebia o sabi o ye ne yire ni bibi nanso we na tua man ye nti that ni ekunu na ene ye abeta no in the
how different is that from your friends an accomplice?
An accomplice can be in a different circle, but in a lot of instances, when they talk of accomplices, they are also talking about parties to the crime. And most of the time, with the police for near year, they will say, "Oh, an abetor," but they can also say he is also an accomplice to the crime.
It's not just say something I use interchangeably.
They use them interchangeably.
It's not just accessory. Aiding, abetting, accomplice na as a nina no aiding and abetting under what's your friend saying offense under the Criminal Act ne eba ewase
yeah unze uba criminal offense na you will be a friend complete offense and you want inchoate offenses inchoate nature say asem no bone no no kwa gina say NCP aha na bibi ka ho ene ma ni CP nte ya na ehihye inchoate offenses no ase
nte no sa no say ye chew ana say ye bo okwedu aye bo okwedu misdemeanor ana say
it depends a first degree felony first degree felony because it depends on bonia who are aiding and our betting so who ko aiding murder that is a first degree felony so and the way you be punish you punish you to say the one who committing murder
but how Say now yeah.
But ebi oha mami ma example. Say me komo obi sika. So ngo bo obi sotro mami. Nipa kro bo sotro no. Eni mi amema sika no. Hwan bone won afa.
Eno de ofane sa yes. Eni o ma sika no. Okay.
Akwa bebre.
But what if say ma wo kan kwa na besimti me wo example bi a em say nipa no obobi pa. Me bo pa wie na em say me ko fie ade chen na bia na me pe bibi wo nipa kro no nipa kro ne nye. Na e bia me bo pa. Between the time me bo pa and the time me ko du fie no. Na de kro na me expect nipa be ya ma me waye.
Na one okay, why just
my bias santi ma ba ho back ma fro back say ase me si me nkoye ade na me ka kire wo no. Enso still why then? Wakwa ye and I say be cry me fro no na me sanka wo. Wakwa ye.
Wo say wo fret na won sanka. One of the problems are wo wenya. Because one say emra ho. Enti na say otina say ade obeka bia no dwen ho yie. Because otina say na ususu bone a. Bone no eno nko a ye bone o. Meaning say yenya ho yanka about conspiracy. Yeah, you can about Abetment.
Yeah,
but Emrano or share wajimo. And untina say Okoye Bonecra, Sabia, Papa me tunitio by me tunitio no I say wa dodgy, Tiona and Cano. And so Mrano say, or no na dodgy in Tina and Cano, who team the Ankaukun, inti. Yeah, to say dear, and welcome.
Interno, you better charge saying.
You better charge we attempted murder, all right. And the sentence na no just like waku nipa na because you say nka wo pe no nka wo kwa kokum nipa enti no
example ya odema igina ho ma me mbisa na ye obi bo obi tuo e bia na nya obi na me bo no me to ano ma bia otwa mutuo ena obi ebe push me ena etuo no abo obi ena nipa na wu in this instance you be charge nipa kro no with murder na nipa na e bia ono so e bia so dimika e kwa hin so e den obe push wo no e ma etuo no e patre e ko bo sa nipa no ono so baba be e den na better na accomplice na
nipa no na bia o ti ahwe no ne ho ko kan me na me ya na wo sheda no be pia me se be ya because a trimupo and a important. So be pia me se be ya mitio na ma yesa me di bobe ko bob obi fufra, then it is a different offense against the person.
What would that offense
me
nipa
krona or two tio man ne ko bo no. Then it becomes an abetment to murder to that person. So na ne plan is say me pia we na ni tio na or de bo anu na ko bo sa nipa na. Ne plan is say opese wo kun nipa nti abetment to that murder. Na mom nipa krona na otu ni tio na no o kun anu ma no. Ono yan charge no with murder because na dream ya ne pon say opese wo kun obi.
Okay, so if say me say na wa cheche mu ase a na che say there are instances ebia nipa na perpetrate crime no waye de na so obetumi afa ne ho
adi eno kranti na me catch you say obi obeye bone but ye punishing it say wa beti because ye hwe wadwen a wodi ye so enti no say no na nya ne plan say me kwa kokum obi but obi na pia me nti na yes most often they can charge him with manslaughter because difficult to say so be as a result of your actions and nothing happens. Actually, is important because ebia that area and when we say nka nipa ne na mona obeku anoma, you should have been more careful. And you know, even though your mind was that you were not going to kill someone, you are going to kill a bird, you should have been. I was saying nka who say nipa wo honti e bibia timisi. They me charge you with manslaughter. But they will certainly not charge you with murder when they realize that nya wo wo with him they say wo kwa kokum nipa no. Nemom sani osi kan no nipa na otin chen say papa e kwa no me but say me pushing kakra bi a ni tuo no bechim na abobi na ampaso e koyesa ye charge or no with abetment to murder. And a medical can say ye charge with abetment to any offense. Punishment ni ye to say wa committee that offense no.
Wow. Asa na ebeto asoma yenkoje enkrato ebra mra no sesen e wo UTV so e na wo hwe ye kwakoje enkrato ye ba na jese ye de adwumede na to aso sesen e wo UTV so e na wo hwe ye kono na meguso ene lawyer Edwin Kusiapia o ye managing partner of Kusi Appear and Associates and a woman studio high lawyer, yeah, Cononaches, oh, Kabibi. Now, me who say, I am a do say, I don't know how to take it, but I'll say, near all be emane ye boneno, near all show be kutu, emane ye boneno, no so ye bet charging no to say near wire bonne ankasa, right? Inti pese me bisa say yeah, would the incapable punishments be so mammy asan me bisa me question. Inti punishments ni be aye dema obia sebe wabua say yenye bonne obi e bia wakotua obi sika se koye sa bonne we no enu be anything.
But so ma menye ni say eba say wabua obi ama na ye bonne a almost in all instances the punishment I de bema nipa na oye bonne eno ane de bema except say in an offense punishment no eye death now at the time you can say yeah the offense no enya happen
okay
say enya happen there you see you committee will sentence need to life imprisonment
okay
but enya sir any other offense even including death so we yeah na say nipa need to me commit offense na the same punishment I the bema nipa or actually or committee offense no and one the bema
okay before I go break no okay say na me bisa o say say me show say koye bone na me sesa ma adwen na say me be ka kire o say bone no kwa me nya ye biem ana ma sesa ma adwen a na say wo ukọ na ukoye sa bone na still mo be charge me ana say mo be ja me
enu depend ene gina senior obe defend who asem na near oye ma me ma example say wo share no so onko committee bone na bia uto mutuo ma no wo ho na wo ba e wo be ka che ne say offense no men ko committee bi ba wa nyi wutuo amfiri no ho a Unya
say bia na misro no e bia na
I was saying immediately now call reporting Ohoma police say me yes aboni we but sisi no ma sisa margin enti no nipa no me jetuo na ma no mintimi nyetuo ni free no ho say be nipa ni enkonko committee offense no say police for no cra decide say on be charge with some offense bia it certainly will not be and yet to say nipa na ko committee offense we kun nipa ni aba because
but is it possible say police for wait me a charge nipa confirm me go meeting
because offense internet
but manye masanse sama adwen
emremo no wanye but wo hyehyɛ nko ade a ye be charge wo sanity it is said here ade no me ka se meye me ebia na the reason why na person say ebia na nipa no oye me bone oye ma yaka de enti mean to me ebia na nipa na strength na so chen me or position of power mean to me nya na hwe nti na ma be hu say mesre wa hu say me professor we o sifi ne ka mu a na watotu abona na say na watobo bi abono na wapae no do you understand then afei later bi ade chenye na afi professor no hu me oye me kama oye wa ma me wo bibisa na nti ebia in the subsequent you know wa me kama ti mabana say asimesi bone na nka person na say nipa no wa me kama me nya biem me mpa biem actions make people take certain decisions nti ma take a decision later no sa actions na nipa ne dey yem na onya me biem me say me nya bone ni biem na still wo okakoye bone na adentin na o say and my musa question you say and you would that it is already scenario near ka say we now told you no man no so but also unya bio question is say and you now told you man na and go betimi atu obi bo obetimi atu obi tu well and in sign am running e hwe ne o man say waboa nipa no to a position a ama bone no aye possible because nienti aye ka say wo abeti ni che say senka omo ana meka ho a enka de kro no entimi maso
nti semeje etuo no ye example yai semetumi gituo no na de mame na meko na nipa no still a okọ ahead to complete that crime na
and the way you who film because then element a ma wa beti crime no efrimo so but no crampo no police for betimi aka say now you had foreknowledge say nipa we opeso or ye boni we and when di kan am obi aso ante And you know, anything I better say, what you want, won't try to commit
so when I dream
bonnie. When you cry, man, show team. Na men ko yeda, and ko dream, and you're being consumed, na mano and moabia.
Mammy found caught it case BAC. Emu your friends say obi e commit a crime no. Wa commit a crime ne wi. Commit a crime ne wi ye no ansana e me say nipa ne neighbor not if your neighbor who say oh crime me say na asimesi aye. So wo pe asimesi asem na oni ne tifie bi oboa wo na hwe wo mama wo say me hu say na menka no wo pe na asem ne nti. Na ye wo ya say asim sa wa damfo na oni ne tifie no be ko ebia efiade anase bibisa enti nipa na kacho so boame na menkata bone ne so anase maybe ni awehu no enka ntre obia yedin se manya ho hwe anaso se meso ne mu aka ede bone ne sie ubetimi a charge me as an aider and abettor
ye betimi a
okodi bone na menka ho bi na meni ho later na me hu ye
yes
me hu ye na mse oh say menye kom dia maye kom say ne mfa me ho nyame na me ye
police for betimi a charge you and I say attorney general betimi a charge you with aiding the person to conceal a dead body. So I'm on charge with the murdering, aiding the person say wo boa na mani kumo because no na unka ho na unim one in any way one sheni kutupa one there was nothing you did about it. No mom unye hu se bone na aba no you had a responsibility to speak about it to the law enforcement agency. So 1 year no now sa boa no kura ma the body ni see na che say wo pese wo boa no mo conceal bone na awadi no and also ya bone
nti se mete wase a emra ne hye ye se uhu bone bi e wo se wo kan wo se wo kan wo your mama kwa dia wo se bone bi koso a enti na bone bia eye against the republic you know because we are bone ba kwa wa ye tia ye nyina oh nti no so owu se bone bi koso na wa nka wa ye bone ti mechew
ye chew
because mama science subiomu some ya witness keke to a crime bone koso me manya hwe mantambo mankosom ma fans manya hwe me dia na se me di meni mienu we ene hu ye ena me twem ko hye me de me pɛ me ho asem mo obi an mebo me ma commit crime
wa commit crime only in the sense say ebia boni na esi ye no ye hwehwe ho asem ena wa ye din na wa kote baby na mum abeti boni in any way. Meanwhile, at the same time, some NMD can say if in some occasion you did something that shows who prevented the one more. How do I put it?
In this instance, you actually took no action.
You took no action,
but then
because
you saw the
couldn't.
Crime. Yeah, whether you could or could not, but you took no action. Who's obi to me who say and and then my fa uko social media say you who say and I say nipa no betwe makobe hu na ye bu obi ana ye bi but nkofo na mo say emfa omo ho ye would out TV and I say ye obi bibi na nipa no sometimes say because no afa phone or be video keke but on nya ho hwe on prevent it on kosom on nya hwe. Does that person just by the fact of being a witness to the crime become an accessory or a conspirator or an abettor?
No.
Or what that has the person even committed any crime at all?
I know I didn't say because we committed crime. But the only reason here make say you can be taken on is because say say when who boneno from happening and you witness the boneno totally and wako pe baby ate unya wajin say obeka wasema then you are helping boneno to be hidden. So but in terms of charging you say you did anything wrong in respect of boneno, especially say who are betty and as you conspired as part of omo ye boneno. No.
Yeah, good. So, Mama, and beside another question, also in respect of being a witness. Say, or be a witness, say crime. Can the person choose not to testify for that crime na akoso no
obetimi choose not to testify
so
but the end was say or providing information on him about the crime but obetimi choose not to testify.
Okay, so then let me come back again. Can I decide not to provide any information? Can I opt not to? I don't want to be a part of it in any way.
Why? Because a crime is against all of us, including yourself. So why are you determined to not give information? So no, but the commission of the crime.
Community people who obi di bone na say ye hwehwe nipa no. Wa obeti ano na e krom ho mani na na omo afro say bia we snitch. And I say street term we snitch and I say sebe we kokonsini na I say e krom ho nyina omo de omo ni esi ho. Say I say we betray e kroma no. Say there are communities who are sanity. Obi abone a ye ma. You see no wrong, you see no evil. In a situation like that, say bia na bibisa. Inti fine, me who de, but me pese bia ye betem me inti. I don't want to give any information.
Police will never go after people like that. And say, so what do you go jina box mo say here or the other kind say me who she kra. Na me o hodi e ba na makata mani. And I say bia me bibi na me dania me ho afa bibi nti me hu ne e call so eno no e be den say obeye ni bibia na mom se nka nipa ne beja na o ka say me hu ne e call so nyina na nso me nka ye obia empre say obeye bibi sa because say wo hu ne e call so there was say wo ka me
to me ka e ma ye hu okay in say ya ti ase say ye mfa na yi say obi ye chi obi say oye aider and asa better o say nipa no ye be ma no the same punishment does that mean say e kwan a ye de substantive criminal no and e kwan a ye de nipa na odi bone no sa kwan ne so a na ye de aider and better no
ebe faso me pa chan say o abeti obi bone amra ne say yetimidi kan ebu aten kra ansa na nipa kro na oye bonin kra ya bebu na aten ye penso a
adenti
because a crime on its own and ebi oho a nipa na odi bonin kra no wadwane
okay makes sense because na ka be ba say na say you be bu wo atan ansa na be bu nipa na odi bon na tema atan a nipa na nya guilty o say your friend mo ntumi in charge nipa na e be dey na mo be bu me ho atan
because abetment of the crime na a crime on its own enti na say almost prefer charge against obiana wutie a you say murder attempted murder abetment of the murder, conspiracy of the murder. Ni nyina ye crime on its own. And judge no, and as a jury no, omo be hwe ni nyina bia ne ho element. Say yes so obi abeti crime. There na constitute abetment. And as obi aboa maboni bia koso a, there na constitute. Enti say ye bua wa time there yetimi yi wo nko agina ho say wo ya beto na obi a bua ma bone ne course na ye bua asem nti ye betimi aye no nko separate and now pa ye bebu ne odi bone na aten ebi wa say na nya one na better
wo bu ni pan nko separate in the settlement has you I mean it makes sense kakra but still I'm a scientist because say wumbu nip me na my bone no unye mbu maten ma ye say you are not guilty until proven guilty unye mbu maten ma ye nka say yes I am guilty of so and so crime na ye wo na ya beto no wo crime no say na beden
okay mama example
ya make no say
say nipa me no bo po say omukokum obi nipa na wu ye na enim say omawu
ye nya charge me murder
ye nya charge murder back with murder ba e bia na nipa no wadwane but ye nim say ye investigation ye hu say obi na boa no ma okoto otuo no ma odi kun nipa should we say ye twen ko si say ye be chi nipa na oku otuo no ansa ye di mumie no nyina abegina for a year na say why ye nim say wo na wo koto otuo ne ma no ye do be abegina adaka ni nti no we can decide it can be done say the abeto and the oboa no wo ye bedi kan abua atan ebi kwa na mo ye miensa mo nyina mo abeti in different ways in different stages of the crime and so yetimi ka say wo ye bedi kan ayo wo the first omo mienu aka na ebi omo dwane ana say ebi kwa prosecution na use omo as a state witness state witness or provide information for them so omo kra ye in charge
of state witness mami bisa empire ya na ye hwe senene niema ehu say ya na say police bi I undercover meaning if that's what happens in reality but people say police be no I undercover now we call join a criminal gang be just so person nya information but in the process of so obenya information sometimes I will say oh boy criminal gang no mo commit bone ni bi sa police now akwose shemu no time na all hodo so we who say for commit crime one prevent sa crime no but obeka say for the purpose of information no ma commit crime in that instance no onye bone
bone no why now so ye gitum say sometimes yetimi di bone bi sabe ya be chi obi a o di bone so chance so enti no yetimi ma ho kwan even ye act e wo hakra ni sisi a yetimi ma attorney general no mo kwan say obi a wadi bone say bia nipa miensa di bone o sha we na ne bone ne so pa we na o high pa asema mu no ono otimi ni omu ba ko eko into an agreement say be di adanse e man yam prosecute o fa ho fine but can dey see ye nyina say be a betimi di we anyway akwakotum so enya bone other jurisdictions no I no cry the ye cry say bia especially with drugs ne ade no timi ma smuggle drugs na police ni ka ho smuggle from one state to another until some be kwa to baby a kingpin ni war pa say be ya be kingpin because the plan is yen stop here there no tinum free ho Intino ya mabone na koso nketi ko sise ya be kwa to baby ani ti ni wono na ye twa ni ti na free so intino it is allowed inti ya ma ho kwan e ma ne ye
inti constitution nankasa what exactly does it prescribe on such an instance what does it say on such an instance person
in terms of
the allowance law na ma e constitution ni mu on some of these instances. Say be me hu bone me pese e chi nipa kro no. And e bia me wo prior knowledge say nipa we ade we are not tie. Fa ne say me kwa me private citizen. E bia me ni obi na ti efie and am ni obi na ti area. Me say bone we are no ye. But me ka obi a enyi me ka obi a enyi ni. Inti me allow say bia akwa we bi o cheche nkra we area mo ho eto omo na me hu so oto akwa bi mo na me hwe sama mona na oto no be koso se na be metumi enya video evidence na me de akọ in that instance no any crime
it depending on police for how on be hu no se time
se na be hu no
me se na me hu no se time
a se na emra no
etie but emra no so no nipa na interpret ndi no senior authority na or interpret mra no be hu no important se me scenario de mami se wonim se obi tu nkola mo na se wo unye investigator unye eyi ntinka immediately na wo se wo bo police for amani and obi anya hwe ena open evidence intinka enough time inka time hu say papa we or achi obi na no alert police for because say you betimi prevent one more crime from happening you better say you bet chance or better akola bi mu na wie ansa ya chi no however say when you say evidence no of say nipa no all to akola ni mu na say wutimi prove ma police for ni say ampa na nyo ni akwa ni na edi busa bone no na wakonya say evidence ni dia then they will use your evidence and go after the man without necessarily coming after you if as bibia na make an ye share wa dream adwempo a ekura wo and adwempo no ye deduce from nioma wo ye ekosi ho intina the difference between sometimes bibiti say manslaughter and murder any mama example
no
be maybe wa fe ne ye ani ho ti say o se o mi wo fie na me ntiapo wa ko adwuma ewia o se o mama nya fast nko share me ye wo fie oduru fie a ne ye ne be ma bi da mpa so ehwo a de kura no a oto ye ebi kura wan hwe se de na oto ye bi a koye na sekan na kura na akwo be ma na oda mpa no so ama na wu wakunipa.
Wow.
Another scenario. Bema bia sorry wa fasikan. O sisikan ni na otunwume na obi babewu, ene obi babewu. Wa sisikan nyina awie. Yeti yesi wakuni yire. Sa nipa mienu yi. Omu nyina akum nipa. But why na omu actions omu ye na ame yehu pa na wo mu tim. Ansa na omu koku nipa no. Baako ofi okohwe na yire. There was nothing onim be ma no kra. But okoto e no nti no oto ye. Nti odi ya oni prepare ni ebi kra wanhu de oye. Wow. Nti that defense of ebi a temporary insanity kra ye de be ma no. Ono sa no enye likely say obi abe charging with murder, but likely abe charging with manslaughter.
Okay, but because I had an offense, I had a confusion and say obi Emma defense the fact say nipa na enya meda na yefili say ya na nipa na enya ne ho scot free obeko even though nipa na commit a crime but then maybe at the requisite menstrual no eni ho but action ne dey why inti no ebia na ya yen charge ne meda o but you be charging with bibi and no
charging with bibi and just so free so say me can say waku nipa nko ade there must be consequences inti most of the time something will happen but a power would na wo tima odi ku nipa na na determine charge you be prefer against you inti no wo say wo punish say wo kwa kokum obi a wa susu ho plan na wo kum nipa na and on the ye charge with murder. Mom says, pono na new team, but nipa na has ended up dying. Maybe I would driving gidi. Hey, me ko ha ma late. Me ko meeting with the car, wo drive with the car bo bi ama na You didn't set out to go and kill Obia. Okay. But
me share your friend is saying articles be what say. Me say duty to assist the court. Who say over 56(2) na A na or say a prosecutor shall not press the case of the prosecution for a conviction beyond a full and firm presentation of that case by language or other conduct which seeks to influence the court to be biased against the accused. Maybe sa question based on the fact say who can be say sometimes say bia na ebia amanfo edibone omo ye be miensa na say yenfa drug trade say who say ye bossu ene ye wo omo medo ene ye wo omo nenam ne na wo say be etumi ka say we na bia oyetire enti betumi afa nipa na oye ketwa ho na maye. There's an ongoing case me person use as an example. Now me person say in such an instance no na prosecutor na ka say okay mame jejewa no na afi testify in my favor send e be ya metumi ache opoti no ana metumi ache nipa na oyetire no but the constitution is saying that the prosecutor should not do that and I meant to say you
me just say na constitution e kan obasan kan ni bi no
or say press the case or say a prosecutor shall not press the case of the prosecution for a conviction beyond the full and firm presentation of that case by language or other conduct seeking to influence the court to be biased against the accused. The third one say argue a proposition of fact or law which the prosecution does not believe or reasonably or does not believe on reasonable grounds to carry weight or contribute to the guilt of the accused. Okay, or confer with or interview an accused person.
So in fact third one no. Confer with, interview an accused person. Accused person no one a lawyer. Untimi emfa kwan bi ho ba medada no sebe ya ubenya something from the accused in any negative way. Yemra second one no. Or say
a legal profession, your friends say code of conduct.
Yeah, conduct. Okay. Yes. And I'll say, Adia, our company say, don't prosecute in a manner that in the end, you know, who my judge, you know, and our court, you know, prejudice and I say or the unfair no kreno emma to the accused person. It has nothing to do with who you prefer a charge against. And the law gives that leeway to the prosecution. You know that the Attorney General can decide to prosecute you or not when an offense is committed. And when they are prosecuting you, especially, they have a right to decide to say, I will use this person as opposed to get this person. And it's not in Ghana alone.
It's not capricious.
It's not. Why is it? Because Bonnie Biano happen against the state, you know. You share baby a free, ne fire by. And in Ghana, America, UK, Hefa, they all have that system where until I'm used to drugs, you know. Say, you say this tons of drugs is coming from this particular drug log. Ya shisha na yenyano, but they be ya the boys need to tum. Boys na he no bet me a pedal in a day. Even though o cause harm no, on cause as much harm as nipa na o produce drug no and mass na o chema several boys no. Into your plan is if I can get one boy who will show me who the boss is, I can tell that boy that look, I will let you go and I'm going after the boss.
After the boss.
You get it. In any case, you are thinking that even that boy Krano, he was pulled into the trade or instigated by the big man. And once I get the big man, I may clear out all these small boys who are doing, because even if an issue of influence and as an issue of supply of the material now, they are no longer going to get the material. Yes, it is very much allowable.
The Constitution allows.
The Constitution allows it.
Okay. Watch that. And say attest. But quickly, if I have some of the defenses, I said, "Be I born to do on aiding and abetting." Some of the defenses be to me the ADA charging. Maybe I me. Yes, they say you charge me to be an aider and abetter. I'm about as a lawyer. And what are some of the defenses?
Me first defense, and they say. At the corner, Obeka chair me say, me more na kwaye no, enye no na we ye. And you know, nyoka say me no, no, it was not a crime for which I helped you, and now would they commit a crime? Number two,
you just made an interesting point. So, assuming the crime you were supposed to commit was maybe to go and steal maybe 1 Ghana cedi.
Yes.
You went and you decided to steal 20 Ghana cedi.
Oh, I know they are stealing.
It's still stealing.
Because who said so? Who stealing 1 Ghana cedi, not stealing 20 Ghana cedis.
The punishment
elements near the same. Punishment.
Because who say, something I can very important. I am say, I didn't know be a Korea upon and now Coco, and I say be a board there, your friend saying a whole bunch of the plantain. That's how they to meet the Nippon 2 beds at 10 years. Maybe I will be a bonicassi, be a friend say, our cause send a attacker on the street, cause financial loss to the state. Now you see Nippon and I'm home. Who say, me a shot what say, or my mano. I don't know, be boniki to a bini a mano. Kessie, no, be so I boniki any a mano. Ketwe bi and I say yama omu the same punishment.
Meteoma sepa wonse mbre bebre no ne nipa bebre nim ne say judge kura na ote ho no oye brofuka say kind of constrained because say nya charge with offense na say you convict nature say ya hwehwemu aba be wi say wona wo ye. Usually sentence I was what the man yashisha to her. The best obenya say be an range maybe from this years to this years inti judge o choose from it inti nipa bebre nim sadie no but mrana so ka say ansa na judge ebe ma sentence no nyoma bi wo ho a otimi busa say okay nipa no first time or committee offense ni ana so be first time na wa committee offense no be 10th time
we are board
yeah. I was say charge we are 10 times now so no come more than the work of first time. Well ebi oha yetimi ka there are so many mitigating factors lawyers need now man so say oh we oye Christo ni ebi same way na to no na man yes to say obi a say come na de no enti no de kofa board here no nti excuse me enti nya humor broker kra in that instance no say judge no oti ho no I was say ohwe kitwa kura obe ewo range in no the amano as opposed to obeba ne kese kura. But most of the time no judges they are constrained by MMRA they are to say so obi ko bokro no say and I was here the man.
Okay. It's not the for defenses anymore.
Now me ka say my first defense ne say wo ba no wo ka say ebi I say me wo ba obesere meet you o say otio me pese me sua ato na me ni police for bi ahihye o me say me mra o police range ho na me anti me ma na me wie che o de akobokro no a enye no na me ka say me nkonkoye. So that's the first thing. There's also the defense of provocation because senior my example no say bia ye nyina yete ho na obi baaye obeto share me so minyia ne wo senior okan nti no wo so bo asa bia nipa no onkumie nti no you were also protecting me. There are several defenses, but every case bia any there war obetimi dey defend.
Lawyer Kusi Edwin Kusi apia me da se papa se wapa me studio. Ha na me mesua de say wo bu obi a ya na we bisa nipa kro no na we humu ye emwa kra wo de bo nipa na wan hwe ye na bia say emwa bi na nkosi ya wo ho ebetro papa emra no sesen e wo UTV so na wo hwe me din de eku asante ba mesa me lawyer ene obo a me ma ye di dwumade ene din de lawyer Edwin Kusi Apia o ye managing partner of Kusi Apia and Associates nti wo hwehwe na woni bebi a obehu no ewo emra no sesen e wo UTV so ye besen ehye bi me da ase bye bye.